Guys, that's not bad at all. I mean, I gotta tell you, the Stage 3 from Harley-Davidson, it sounds good. Like the bass is thumping when I'm standing next to the bike. So I can hear it when I'm riding. So I'm really looking forward to this upgrade from Soundz Audio, because if it's gonna be better than that, that's outstanding.
Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Very nice, I'm looking at the camera. Very nice, good, good, good.
Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me, and you know this by now, or at least you should. For those of you that have never been to this channel before, welcome to you as well. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant, and the name of this channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. I'm out here in Pooler, Georgia, guys. I'm in the practice parking lot, and if you're not new to my channel, you can recognize what's behind me. What you may not recognize is this trailer that's behind me. So yes, I'm in the practice parking lot, but I'm not here to practice today, although I did do some U-turns. You know that's going to happen. That's a given. I'm here with Shelly. Shelly is my 2024 CVO Road Glide ST, and Shelly has a pretty good sound system. I actually added some Harley-Davidson Rockford Fosgate Stage 3 speakers to her, and it sounds pretty good.
And I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for... Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the... They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The Pharisees not average. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Off the score, I pull up from train. From the tray, I'm balling like train. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes, stay G'd up. All
right, that's the furthest I'm gonna go, because I got water behind me. All right, let me turn it up.
I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just around my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had to strengthen my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. It's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the... They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion.
Guys, that's not bad at all. I mean, I gotta tell you, the Stage 3 from Harley-Davidson, it sounds good. like the bass is thumping when I'm standing next to the bike. So I can hear it when I'm riding. So I'm really looking forward to this upgrade from Soundz Audio, because if it's going to be better than that, that's outstanding. A couple of years ago, Soundz Audio gave a much needed update to my 2021 CVO Limited, that's Violet, because that stereo system was atrocious, just horrible. It just really was bad. And what's on that CVO Limited now is it's just amazing. And anybody I go around and they hear it, they agree, and they ask, what is that? Where is that from? And I let them know, Soundz Audio. So of course the new body style came out, and now a new motorcycle, new stuff has to be done. So Soundz Audio was in the works, trying to get stuff done, get stuff worked out, and make sure it's done properly, not trying to rush anything. And it's finally here. So that's what Shelly's going to be getting. And these guys are actually, they left Panama City. They're on their way to Myrtle Beach because they do shows. That's where they do installs. And they stopped here in Pooler, Georgia, so they can install the new stereo system on Shelly. So that's what we're here to do today. We're going to talk to Gorilla, because Gorilla is the VP of sales. And I'm gonna let him talk to you guys about what's new with this new system, what should I expect, what it comes with, does it have a warranty, and all that other stuff. And then of course, I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm gonna let you hear what it sounded like before, which I already told you it wasn't bad, and what it's gonna sound like after. So I'm really looking forward to this, because like I said, the difference with Violet was so dramatic because the system was so bad. The system in here now, it's not bad at all, but of course it could be better. All right, let's talk to Gorilla. All right, what's your name?
My name is Gorilla.
Gorilla, you are the VP of?
Soundz.
Oh, Soundz, period. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Soundz Incorporated. Depends on how you refer to us, but when you say Soundz, people typically know it's us.
Okay, so I was already talking to, I already mentioned the fact that Violet, my 2021 CVO Limited, the difference was so dramatic in what you guys did to that motorcycle. It's just, I mean, it pretty much made that motorcycle safe in my garage. It ain't going nowhere. It just sounds beautiful. And I know that because of the new body style, you guys were working to come up with something that's going to work in it, and without rushing, making sure it's all done. We're here now, right?
Absolutely, we are here. The production kits have already been flooding the market. We had almost a record-breaking pre-order that started back in December. We had a couple of quick delays right as Daytona approached, and we appreciate all of our clients, including you, who've kind of, were able to bear with us through that wait. But they hit the market about 3 weeks ago, and they've been flying off the shelves ever since.
Yeah, so I want to say first and foremost, thank you for stopping. These guys are busy, man. Like I said, they just left Panama City. They're on their way to Myrtle Beach, and they stopped here to do this. So I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you having us.
Okay, so tell me what we're doing today exactly.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little variation of what we did to Violet for you 2 years ago. Back then, we did our SE 1000 amp, SE 65s in the front. We did not do lids in that bike. We did our mid bass and your tour pack and your lower fairing. So obviously here, a little bit different build. We're going to be doing our SE 65s in the front, SE 6x9s in the rear, using your factory lids, which you have the factory lids already, which makes this easy. If you didn't, we have our full 24 and up cut-in kit, which was basically the first cut-in kit to hit the market for these bikes. Right now, it's one of a couple out there, but it is still the best-selling cut-in kit worldwide. And then we're going to be doing our SEV2, which is a little bit of an upgrade for what we did for you in the prior model. That was a 1,000-watt amplifier. This is going to be based on the SE platform, but it's a 1,200-watt amplifier now. Okay. So that's our 2025 model year amp. And then the most important part of this setup, we're going to be doing a full DSP A to B module. And what that's going to allow us to do is remove basically every trace of Rockford from this bike.
Gotcha.
That's what we've been working on for the last 2 years. That was the key factor here. For pretty much the first 18 months, anybody who was doing anything to these bikes, they were piggybacking amplifiers.
Gotcha.
Meaning there was no ability to delete the factory amplifier. You were leaving that amplifier in place, fighting every aspect of its signal, EQ, all that factory stuff, trying to clean up the signal post amplifier, stick another amplifier behind it, maybe another DSP behind it. So the way that we're going to go about it now is, as this A to B module goes in, this is going to eliminate the factory amplifier completely.
Okay.
So we essentially become the radio. We become the brain of the audio at this point with this device. And as you can see, these are QR coded. For anybody doing a self-install, there's a complete instruction setup. They receive their kit in the mail, scan the code, boom, you're ready to go.
So anybody can do this?
Anybody can do this, and we are shipping a large amount of consumer kits as well as dealer kits. And right now, I mean, everybody is breezing through it. The feedback between our dealers and our consumer direct, people are thrilled.
Is it plug and play?
It is absolutely 100% plug and play.
Love it. We love to hear that.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, you got to run some power wire and ground wire. Harley has done us a lot of favors as far as the rear end goes in these bikes. So now, even on the bikes that don't come with rear speaker lids, the factory already wires back the rear audio signal. So now you tie in on the back fender, you're not running a full rear main like we did in your other bike.
Gotcha.
You know, we're not running audio signal from the front all the way back. It pre-exists. We're just basically activating that now and utilizing what they've already done.
Awesome, awesome. Now you said something about, you used a couple of letters and numbers as far as the front speakers are concerned. What's the size of those speakers?
They're going to be 6.5, so same as your factory size. And then 6x9, which is your traditional size in the rear.
Now, why is this going to be better than what I have?
You're starting basically with a full digital signal. So there's no analog signal left in this bike. So you're starting basically with a better source origin point, and then no interference, no distortion, no influence of the radio with this module. And as I mentioned, this is a full A to B DSP, meaning this has a full 31 band DSP integrated along with the A to B bypass module.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, so guys, this is why I love to record Gorilla. I want him to talk to you about this. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I know what I hear, and I know that's what you guys are gonna want too. Some of you guys might know what he's talking about. I have no clue. But that's why I love the technical stuff too. I love the technical stuff. All right, so how long should this possibly take now for the layman?
For the average consumer, I think probably just figuring out how to get everything apart and get everything in. We're telling guys you should be able to have this done in about 3 hours. These guys are probably going to wow you. I mean, I expect this to be done in about 35 minutes. Give or take.
We'll talk a little.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more this time. I think coming out of PCB this past week, we did, I think we did approximately 35 2024s there. We were averaging somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours max. But most of those were lid cut-ins. And as you and I spoke about before we started recording, a lot of the bikes that we're seeing, whether they be CVO, CVO ST, standard 24, 25, a lot of guys are adding that King Tour Pack. They're doing the rear audio. That's another good point for us to touch on. So our bag lid harness that we provide with our cut-in kit, or anyone doing the factory OEM lids, that already has the splitter. That is a part that Harley doesn't even have available yet themselves. So if you want to run 3-point audio, front, lid, and tour pack, we have that. If you want to run front, tour pack, no lids, we have that. Same thing for lowers, but again, like we kind of talked about before we started recording, a lot of very odd options and nothing really standardized yet for the lowers. We are seeing some products come to market. We're seeing some guys try to do some different things with the factory, like the Street Glide Ultra that just came out. But Harley's made it pretty clear in that design. I don't think they really want you to have more than 4 speakers. You know what I mean? We're not going to see that Ultra format like we used to, where we can easily adapt a pod. So there'll be some alternative solutions there, but that amplifier, again, more than enough juice. Everything's going to be a 1 amp platform, as it always is with us. And it's going to be really clean install, really good delivery. Like I said, the feedback thus far for the last 3 weeks has been amazing.
All right, well, I have no reason to doubt that. I want to thank you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, let's do it.
So something else I wanted to point out that I didn't earlier, as you see the guys are now breaking into the bike, these are our new Soundz Genuine service and tank fender covers. These are available on our website. These are very thick.
They are.
They are form fitted, they're not magnetic. One of the biggest things with, magnetic, a lot of other companies do that. The problem is, what do magnets do? They pick up metal. So as you have them in the garage, you got them laying on the bench, you're cutting things, next thing you know, you got metal shavings. Now you grabbed it with the magnets and just rubbed it right against the paint.
Wow.
So
and
these
goes
things
all the way down.
Yep, these are very snug. They'll fit the shorter fenders, the shorter carbon fibers. They'll fit the wrap fenders. They'll fit the standard OEM fender. So
that ain't no cheap stuff right there.
Nope, great solution. Like I said, very thick, very durable.
And if you're working outdoors, they don't go flying off in the wind.
Correct, yep. And they do very well dry or wet. We learned that, of course, in Panama City, as it was very, very wet the last 48 hours there, All right, so here's your 2 amps side by side. So here's your Rockford factory amp. This bike had the stage 2 from Rockford. So this is gonna be roughly 500 watts is where they're quoting these. Here's your new SEV2, 1200 watt 4-channel. Wow. So very big difference in profiles.
Oh yeah. How about weight? Obviously it's gonna
surprisingly comparable.
Really?
So this one's gonna come in at, I mean, this might be, I don't know, maybe a half a pound heavier, but considering the power output, the clean signal,
yeah,
you know, you're never gonna notice the difference, obviously.
Yeah.
This thing is very dense for what it is and what it offers.
All right, so listen, they're just about done. They were ready to put everything together. Gorilla asked me if I'm running Apple CarPlay, and I was like, yeah, like a bunch of people do. I have that little module in the little glove box or whatever to make it work. And he was like, hold up. So let me tell you, let's see what he's got here.
All right, so what we're gonna do is our Sounds CarPlay adapter. This is gonna do a couple of things. One, it's gonna prevent that issue that we're all seeing in the forums where guys are plugging into their USB-C port. I'm sure if I look here, Robert's got a device that I've pulled out many times over the last couple of weeks as we go in here and see this jumble of wires. A lot of you are seeing reports of guys, you know, their USB-Cs basically melting, starting to burn inside the motorcycle, potentially causing a major issue. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna go to our proprietary under seat connector. And basically what this is gonna do is it's gonna utilize the bike's existing accessory connector under the seat. We offer this product, and we sell quite a few of them. We also have a splitter. So there's a couple other things that can go under the seat. So you can use that factory key hot plug there. You can plug our Y adapter in, plug the CarPlay adapter in, and then we have a 3-wire under seat accessory harness. That avoids guys just randomly tapping into a prong. As we saw in Arizona with a good friend of ours whose name I will not mention on here, who brought us his 24 CVO and took his front and rear video cameras and just kind of soldered something together and stuck it right on the pin from the plug. Not a good idea. It's a great way to no insulation. Yeah, great way to end up with your bike on fire, and the insurance company's probably going to find that pretty easily. So Brandon's going to go ahead and put this in for you. We'll get you hooked up. We'll get your CarPlay running the right way.
So I'm not going to need this anymore?
No, we're actually going to give you your USB-C back to charge your phone.
Nice. Thank you. All right, I just want to see exactly where he's going to plug this in.
Yeah.
So you got your accessory plug right here. Just plugs into your accessory plug for power and ground. Folds over and sits right there, nice and neat, out of the way.
The hell? You did it already?
Fast.
Very fast. So is this running off of me plugging the phone into the bike and Bluetooth?
So it will depend on your software. We see some slight inconsistencies between phone softwares and whatever version Harley tends to be running at any given moment. The module itself will interact wirelessly with the radio, and most of the time your phone will also interact wirelessly. But just like we talked about when we did the other bike for you, plugged in is always going to sound better.
Yeah, always, yeah.
So what we're doing, what we're doing here is we're just activating the bypass, the microphone, the headset, so to speak, because that's what this is doing, simulating a headset under the seat.
Yeah.
And so we're bypassing the factory locks there to allow that CarPlay protocol to open.
Gotcha. So device manager.
So you go into device manager. Add new device. It'll pop up as Sounds 24 WCP. Pair it. Once it's paired, you go back through and change the roll to rider so it registers that it's you. And is that your connected phone? Now you have access to Apple CarPlay all the time.
Awesome. And I got a call coming in now that I'm going to ignore. That's outstanding. You know, it's so funny that this is not even something I knew about. So shout out to Gorilla. And I thought that with the new bike, I didn't have to worry about this kind of stuff anymore. And I remember we were all trying to find some workaround to be able to use our Apple CarPlay. Bam, there you go. Nice and easy. So once again, shout out to Harley-Davidson for making that a little bit easier. Just plug right into the bike. All right, guys, so now we're gonna listen to what this sounds like. Again, I know I say it all the time. It's not gonna do any justice with you guys listening to this on this video. Now, of course, if you're listening to it on your phone versus on your TV at home with a subwoofer on it, it's gonna sound better, but you're still not gonna get the true depiction of what's going on here. But we're gonna just compare it. So, all right. Same song, my theme song, as I call it. Let's see what we got here. See where the volume is. Okay, right there. Wow.
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. All authentic like a 5950 and there's no cat. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the they done baptized the bad guy.
And again, that's the furthest I'm gonna go. Got water behind me. Let's go turn it up. All right, turn it up. Not all the way. Right there.
I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife,
Wow.
could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. It's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. All authentic like a 5950 and there's no cat.
Wow.
Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real.
There's a river.
Let's have a toast
I'm gonna keep going.
Off the score, I pull it from Trey. From the tray, I'm bombing like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I gotta get the type of wealth like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money's
Wow.
me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me when I'm weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
God, that is just outstanding. Outstanding.
Have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. All authentic like a 5950 and there's no cat.
All right, so your final impressions, Robert, what do you think?
Blown away, man. Blown away. It is just, it was hurting my ears, man.
Yeah.
And again, I had it at halfway, but it's crystal clear.
Yep.
Crystal clear.
Well, and that's going to be the biggest difference, like we talked about, and you made mention when we got here.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, well, this is pretty good. I mean, this stage 2 is pretty good for a sort of stock system, but
Yeah.
I think the important thing to talk about there is that's not exactly the stock system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you still had to do the lids, you still had to add the rears, so you still spent money, you know, as a consumer to get to that point.
Yeah.
Where the status quo is so low, right?
Yeah.
The bar is so low.
Yeah, yeah.
And these kits are going to drive you beyond that threshold. And like we talked about, you know, they're going to falsely inflate via their EQ and the design of that speaker. You're going to get that bass,
Yeah.
but you're going to get that real muddy flutter. And then you pointed out that now you're getting that snap, you're getting that immediate response, and then on to the next note. That's where we're trying to drive home, right? It's that that high fidelity at high speed.
Now, tell me what you were talking about as far as what's no longer
So
operational.
The way that the A to B modules are set up right now, the factory, again, kind of falsified EQ presets
Yeah.
are completely inactive, completely eliminated.
Okay.
Because all that tuning is pre-programmed. We've RTA tuned every set and series, depending on, 2-speaker, 4-speaker, 6-speaker, whether it's the SE series that we did here for you or it's the Mira series. All of that is done privately at our facility, RTA tuned with a microphone at rider height in a completely sterile environment.
Gotcha.
Right, so we've done all that high-level tuning for you, where, again, all those factory EQs are going to do is go in and just muddy up everything. You're just going to have varying degrees of muddy, and, they might as well just call it parking lot, crowded parking lot, and maybe a little bit of highway. So we're trying to give you that real high-fidelity experience. And from your reaction, being blown back at the first, note, I think we've done it very well.
Yeah. So guys, true story. Robert, hook your phone up. Let's hear it. And when I turned the bike on, boom! That's exactly what my reaction was. I feel like if it was loud, but it was gurgled, it wouldn't be as piercing to my ears. It's just very, very impressive. So the real thing is right here, sitting in this triangle, this pocket, where I have these speakers in front of me and these behind me. Oh my God! It's amazing, amazing difference. Wow. All right, so Gorilla, I want to thank you again, man. I'm already excited about this. I still haven't ridden the bike like on the road listening to it, but I'll definitely do a follow-up video talking about that. I appreciate you. I appreciate the guys. They're over there playing hacky sack. I don't know what they're doing.
Itching to get back on the road so we can make it to Myrtle, but we appreciate you having us and meeting us this morning and, making it so we could just do it on the way.
Oh, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Always good to see you.
You too, man. All right, guys, listen. To say that I am impressed by this would be an understatement. Oh my God, it sounds so good. Listen, guys, if you see me and you see me on Shelly, I want you to ask me to put this thing on so you can hear it. Now, what Gorilla said is that I'm still gonna have the same bass that I had, but what the difference is gonna be is it's gonna be louder, like 30% louder. Not only is it louder, it's clearer. So I don't know how to, listen, all of the technical terms that Gorilla's using, like I said, I don't know what he's talking about. And I don't care what he's talking about. All I care about is what I hear. And what I hear on that bike is just outstanding. It sounds great. So I'm gonna get it on the road so I can hear how it sounds. But listen, there's not gonna be an issue hearing the bike because I didn't have an issue hearing it with what was on it already. This is louder and clearer. So I'm gonna go through my Rolodex of music to hear what it sounds like, and I'm excited about it, man. So again, huge shout out to Sounds. And guys, how could I forget? A couple of things. One, is there a warranty? Like he said, yes, 3-year warranty. And they still have their trade-up program where if a new system comes out and you want to get that system, you can actually trade in this system. And I think it's like a 40% thing. I don't know. I don't know all the terms, the technical parts of that. I forgot to ask Gorilla about that. They've already left. They're on their way to Myrtle Beach, as I stated earlier, to do another show and do some more installs. Guys, let me tell you something. I highly, highly appreciate not only these guys putting this system in my bike. Now I have 2 motorcycles with Sounds audio in them. I knew this wasn't going to be like Violet because Violet's got 8 speakers and it's subwoofers in the bag. It's just crazy. Again, you see me on Violet, you ask me, let me hear that. It's amazing. But what I appreciate more, guys, is they didn't rush to get this done, right? Like Gorilla told me we should be done. We should have it done by February, by March. No, it wasn't happening. Spoke to the engineers and they all were like, nope, it's not ready yet. And they'd rather it be correct than having to recall a bunch of systems. And again, that's just good business. So I appreciate them for that. I appreciate them for the piece that's under the seat for my Apple CarPlay. This is not something that we even discussed because I didn't think it was something to discuss. As I often say, you don't know what you don't know. So it's nice to just have one wire coming out of that box now, connected to my phone instead of that whole bunch of wires. So guys, if that's something you're interested in, yes, Sounds Audio and Harley-Davidson made it nice and easy, quick connect. So guys, the website at the bottom of the screen, sound-audio.com. Definitely check them out. And if you're going to be at a location where they're going to be, go to their website because they have the schedule of every place they're going. But like you said, it's plug and play. So if it's something that you want to do by yourself, go to the website, order one, and get it in there, guys. All right? Listen, that's going to do it for me, guys, here in Pooler, Georgia. As I always say, guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. Huge shout out to Soundz Audio again. I appreciate them. And huge shout out to my boy Finesse the Challenger, sitting over there. Did some recording for me. All right, guys, I love you. Seat time doesn't equal practice time. And if you have time to ride your motorcycles, you have time to practice on them. That's not my opinion. And if you got Soundz Audio, they're going to hear you coming before you get there. Until next time.
Took the videos and thought it was a black guy. That's how you know. Fun and the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the doors been open. I knew I was different. I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm so spoken. Authentic like I'm 5950 and there's no cat. Let's have a toast for that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow them. The savage not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes. Come dirty, but the European. Less small and less the bank. Up the score, I pull it from trade. From the trade, I'm ballin' like trade. Do what I can, I do what you can. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm trying to get the type of wealth like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up, stay humble, stay teed up. I won't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no